Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
USAA. Hilton brings you new ways to stay with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to High School Hoops with your hosts, Steve Collins and Jake Stager.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Before we jump in today, I'd like to give a big shout out to our two sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish, the #1 shooting machine in the market. Get the best discount out there. You won't hear this on any other podcast, $400 off. Mention Coach Unplugged, High School Hoops, the 5-minute basketball coaching podcast, Coach Collins, whatever you feel like you have to answer. So that's the first thing. Second thing is make sure you go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It is a great time. And we're going to dive into my season ended, in my opinion, prematurely. But anyway, and I'm going to have a lot of time until November 14th next year. So if you're looking for a mentor, if you're looking for help, if you're looking for someone to help you in this coaching journey, teachhoops.com is the answer. I'm in the process of hiring some people to help me out. So prices are going to increase. If you want to jump in now, is the time, and it will never increase once you're in. I have never in the 4.5 years increased anyone's subscription once they've joined. So come over and check it out. All right. So first thing, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, this is not what my voice normally sounds like, but I thought it was important, especially after the tournament game and the end of the season. This is usually what my voice sounds like. Usually I have a bunch of things in the queue ready to go. Excuse me. But and I do, and I have some stuff that's going to come out in the next week or so until my voice kind of recovers. But I wanted you to hear, this is what a coach's voice sounds like November, going from November all the way to March. It's hoarse. It's yelling at the officials. It's getting on my guys. It's probably being a little rundown, probably not using it last year because we didn't have a season. Yeah. And let me tell you that here's something that happened to me last night. I don't know, the place we played last night, I must be cursed because I don't know, was it 2 or 3 years ago? One of my players got called for a foul on a jump ball to start the game. Never have seen that. And then yesterday, official was ready to throw the ball up. My guys were out, their guys were out, and they didn't have the guys that were in the book on the floor. So the scorekeeper, we were on the road, stopped the game and had them come over, and then they changed their starters, and then the game going on. And it's like, I don't think that's the way it's supposed to work. But anyway, it's supposed to be a neutral site, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, so I just wanted to jump into that. I wanted to talk about a couple of things end of season while they're fresh on my mind here. First of all, I think what a great thing about coaching is that we're active participants and we're not I tell the boys it hurts because you're the participant, you're not the spectator. Um, that's what makes it more fun, but also makes it more painful when it ends. Um, I think that's a difficult thing for them to see. I've done this 30 plus years, and there's tears and hugs and sadness and all that. And again, we didn't have a season last year, and I hadn't coached any of these kids, so they hadn't seen a locker room like that. I think it was a great learning experience for the youngsters, to see what finality looks like, what the end looks like, why you play every game like it's your last, because you don't know. I think that's the effort and the things that hopefully we'll have learned from that. And I told them, I'll reiterate that this week. I told them it's easy to commit now. It's easy to say I'm going to be in the gym. It's easy to say I'm going to work on my game because the hurt's still there. I said that one of the big parts is, how is that fire going to be in 2 months?
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
Sorry, I keep drinking because my voice is, like I said, horrible. How's that fire going to be in July when it's 90 and your friends are at the pool? How's that desire going to be? Because it's easy. It's easy a week after. It's easy 2 weeks after when other teams are still playing. But it becomes more difficult later. And I think that's something to think about as a coach. We'll do some interesting things this week because the tournament's still going on, so I can still coach them this week. We'll have the first day back. We'll do a debrief. I'll collect their stuff. We'll do a debrief, and then day 2 we'll do exit interviews with all the guys that are coming back, and then we'll spend a couple days in the gym working on some stuff for next year. Because I can still coach them, and I can still, it's still legal for me to do that. And after this week, it's hard because we have spring sports, but there's some fundamental things I think we need to work on as a team, that I can hopefully work on. And then I can work on some shot stuff. I can work on some other things that hopefully at some point can help them, and then I can hopefully videotape it and send it to them over the summer. This is from practice. It's fine. I'm working on specific things. But I think you really need to think about how that end of season looks like. We're going to pivot a little bit on our banquet this year, just because we're kind of coming out of COVID, and I'm trying to get them moving on and stuff like that. But I think as a coach, you have to really think about how you pivot and how you do things at the end of the season. So I hope my voice wasn't too bad during this podcast, but I just wanted you to kind of feel and hear the pain that a 50 plus coach's voice sounds like. After a long stretch is what I'll say. Long stretch. All right. Have a great day, everybody. And we'll talk soon. Hopefully I'll talk soon. Bye.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
These days, work is in trouble. We've outsourced most of our manufacturing to other countries. And with that, we sent away good jobs and our capability to make things. American Giant is a clothing company that's pushing back against this tide. They make all kinds of high-quality clothing and activewear, like sweatshirts, jeans, dresses, jackets, and so much more, right here in the USA. So when you buy American Giant, you create jobs in towns and cities across the country. And jobs bring pride, purpose. They stitch people together. If all that sounds good to you, visit American-Giant.com and get 20% off your first order when you use code STAPLE20 at checkout. That's 20% off your first order at American-Giant.com with promo code STAPLE20.